Hey guys, welcome back to the Paladin's Alliance. I want to thank you for all the support that you've shown in my first video about inters, and I really hope that you can subscribe if you like this type of content, and continue on this journey with me for my CSGO analysis. So I wanted to take a look at the Blast Spring Finals that happened last week, and I wanted to take a look at one round from every single map in the map pool and really break down the level of competition that was shown. I really thought there were a lot of really great strategies from all the teams there, and I really just wanted to highlight something from every team on every map in the map pool. So I wanted to start off with Navi against Gambit. Gambit decided to pick Ancient as a pocket pick against them, and Navi handedly punished them on this pick because of a couple reasons, mainly because of how decisive their T side was. So I'd like to show a anti-force buy strat that they had, where they took mid control and they crunched onto the A site. So obviously a good thing to note is how important it is to get CT control and ruins control when you're taking the A site. While you do have the gun advantage with longer ranges, it's still important to not necessarily instantly A execute, but get this CT control so that you can eradicate the number of places the CTs can jump on the T side planter. So what Navi decides to do is they decide to park Bit in this tunnel position and make sure that no shenanigans happen from the Gambit players where they push through tons and try to get information. So they park Bit here, and what they say is we're going to smoke off both Cube and Red Room, and we're just gonna walk up through here and make sure that as a pack, and we're going to crunch in on this B site position and the CT position and clear this all out one by one, and eventually we'll be able to flank the A site, clear out CT, clear out ruins, and then clear A site with the tunnel's lurk. So let's just watch this plan happen in motion. So the first thing that Perfecto does is he lines up a molly to stop any pushes from the cave, and then he throws this smoke alongside Electronic, and they both smoke their respective positions. So Electronic's going to smoke this cave position, and Perfecto will smoke off the middle position. You can take a look at these lineups yourself, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to go over the strategy of it. So they decide, okay, so this molly's going to get flubbed by Electronic. It's supposed to land in the cubby of mid, but we'll just ignore that. It does get extinguished, so it doesn't really mess up too much with their strat. And they decide to flash through the smoke because they know they have the gun advantage. So now they walk up as a pack through mid and into Red Room, and they're going to basically now clear out the B transition space and crunch on the A site. So Shiro misses a shot. Inters is going to try to scrim through, but Simple will put an end to that. And now you see, clearly, Bit and Perfecto can just come through the smoke, or they can even wait this out. And meanwhile, everybody else will take care of this ruins position and any CT angle, and just crunch on Axile here on the main A site. And at that point, all they have to do is smoke off the cube position, and they have a safe plant. It's really difficult for the plants to get stopped now that you have CT and ruins control. And that's it. Although this after plan is really sloppy from them, they lose all their guns. It's still a very good, well executed strategy, and I think a lot more teams need to incorporate this mid control because it really allows them to do a lot of things. They can smoke CT, they can go A, they can smoke middle and scrim through it and go B. They have a lot of different options, and I think that a lot of teams need to incorporate this mid control way more. So, Overpass wasn't played that often at the Blast Pro series, but I thought that Evil Geniuses had a couple good strats up their sleeves on this map against NIP. So we're going to basically watch how they play this very NA style of Counter-Strike, where they run in as a death ball and trade really effectively on the bomb site. So, the round will play out as follows. Mihu will be sent into connector. And Breezy's initial win con is that he's going to scrim through the monster and contact the B site, but eventually they get flashed and a lot of utility gets rained on it into the monster position, and they call it off. So you watch LNZ and Plopsky throw some good util, and they basically just cancel out the strat. So now that they've canceled this early B strat, Stanislav says, okay, well, we don't have A control, so let's just try to re-attack the B bomb site in a different position. So what they're going to do is as a 5-man unit, they're literally all, they're going to park Oboe at Monster, and then the rest of them are going to go down Connector and clear out Short, because they haven't been able to clear that position out at all. So they all walk up as a squad, and now Stanislaw is going to take full contact onto Rez here on Short, and he's going to win that fight outright. Immediately after this happens, the Short side all initiate their utility usage, and Oboe decides to walk out of the monster. Cirque has a supporting flash, and they just walk out. Flopsky gets a return kill, but that doesn't really matter, because at this point, that default smoke, and then there's another smoke placed here on the heaven position, so the only thing that they have to clear at this point is graffiti, any heaven pushes, and then the water position. And they'll watch how they systematically clear this out together as a team. So they go for the immediate plant, and although LNZ does get the refrag on Oboe, Mihu is immediately there to trade, and Device does actually get a kill on the graffiti position. But Breezy hits a blinder on Device. He has no idea what hit him, and now we're in the 2v2, and the T side is obviously very favored in this scenario. And watch how they just toy with their opponents here. They play super safe. They just hide, and luckily, great position here for Breezy to get that kill on the Plopsky, and now Hampus has no idea what to do. He has no idea where anyone is. He does rat out another kill here on the monster position after clearing Short, but the round is too far gone, and they effectively take the B bomb site through very intelligent trading and having the bomb site through utility as well. So I think one of Complexity's best maps has been Vertigo, and they played it very well against some really good teams here at Blast. And I'd like to highlight a T-side round that they had where they used their brawly type of Counter-Strike with BlameF and Config, and watch how they just bully the A site into their possession. So this round is going to start off with just some utility usage from JKS on the B site, just to keep some players honest and make sure that there aren't any shenanigans again that happen where they just rush through and have a quick flank on the A site crunch. So he throws a smoke, he throws a molly, very standard utility, and meanwhile the rest of the Complexity squad says, okay, we don't want to necessarily fight for ramp here and just get blown out on the A side of the map, so we're just going to boost up BlameF over the smoke, see if we can get a pick. If we don't, then let's just walk it down through ramp, and then try to take the short shelf after. So that's exactly what they do. They just wait for this smoke to dissipate. JKS is still on the B site with Rush, making sure that there is no CT pushes, and they just walk up. They just walk up slowly but surely. There's a molly from G2 just to slow them down. But again, the name of the game is they're just gonna walk up short shelf. So Conflict throws a molly for sandbags. BlameF throws a great nade into the short shelf. They don't know that the double stack is there, but they preemptively throw that nade, and it's really important later on when BlameF tries to clear this out. So he's gonna get a nice shot onto Jax, I believe here. Yeah, Jax, and that opener is just, it sets up everything, because now G2 is very antsy. Hunter has no idea what to do. He doesn't have a trade frag near him. Nico is kind of stranded on this position here, up on the default box, and you'll see he gets caught out and punished immediately by Config. He can only really get one kill here. And next thing you know, Config hits a really good shot on him, and Hunter is like, man, I don't know what the hell to do at this point. And Rush just abuses the Mac 10 and blows him out of the sight, and boom, that contact-heavy, brawly style of complexity really shows on this round with how they were able to abuse the utility usage of G2 and then counteract with their own contact and their star power. So Threat and NIP called some really great strats on Nuke at Blast, and I really wanted to highlight this pistol strat that they did, where they really utilized Device's star power and make sure to give him the space to create an opening and crunch out of the A site. So before we get the round started, I want to take note of the utility and weaponry that NIP has executed here. So LNZ is going to have two flashes and a Molotov, and Hampus has a flash and a smoke, and he drops the P250 to Device, who is now the raid boss of the situation. So they say, okay, we're going to send Device outside and try to get a pick, because we know we have the range advantage at this point, or more of a range advantage in the Glock, and we're going to look for a pick using Device. So Hampus is going to throw a smoke and a flash. One smoke to block off Mini, and then flashes to get some outside control. So while all this is happening, you can see underneath from the secret position, Nico and Nexa are trying to do a little bit of a gimmick play where they come out of secret and try to pop somebody and then dive back in at the B site. So sadly, Device does take out Nico here, and this is where the round really just opens up. So Hampus is going to throw this mini smoke. Device gets more information on Jax, and now they're saying, okay, what we're going to do is we're gonna hit a great timing here. We're going to go through our own mini smoke, and we're going to crunch onto the A site. This is all paired with LNZ's Molotov on the back of the A site, and then a couple flashes to boot their site take. Now they come out, and they don't really have to clear much because they're all blinded. They're in a very static position, and they just get completely eradicated with those flashes and that Molotov. LNZ does get a parting kill in ramp, and Plopsky just pops Jax here real quick. And it's as simple as that. It really came down to how willing G2 was to take a fight outside, and NIP must have read that in some situations, and they gave Device the opportunity to take that space. So once they did that, they were able to really just crunch out of the A site through really good utility usage and a nice gimmick play to scrim through their own mini smoke. So although FaZe bombed out in last place yet again at Blast, I still thought that their Inferno was really solid, and Kerrigan called a very, very good T-side on this map. So I'd like to highlight one T-side round that they did here, where let's just let the round start, and then we'll get into it. So one thing that they've noticed during their T-side is how frequently how liberally G2 likes to use their utility on the B side of the map, and even in their mid control. So what they're going to do is they're going to wait out all this utility from G2, and then they're going to re-execute and catch a timing here. So what they do is they just throw a flash and a molly, and they bait out so much utility that G2 likes to throw here. Same thing for the mid side of the map. You can see there's a molly thrown by Amanek, and this really helps the take of A site later on when the round continues. So what they do now is they throw a little bit of an arch smoke. It baits out another molly. And they're just going to wait this out. They're literally just going to sit here and they're just going to wait. And so they wait for all of this, and at this point what they want to do is they really want to make sure that Nexa is kept honest on the B site. So if they can bait another rotator, which in this case is Nico, if they can bait him back into the B site, they now have a 3-2 split, and it's a much easier site take for them. And you'll see how easy it is when Nico is not on the site. One, it's Nico. He's a great rifler and can steal the situation. They're trying to negate him by making sure that he rotates off of the site. So what they do in this situation is Brokey is going to throw a flash from T-Steps, the God Flash that's called, and it's going to flash Nexa off the angle, and then they rush him down just to bait out yet another smoke. He throws another CT smoke, and now you see Nico is now moving over. which is all that they needed. Kerrigan has called a beautiful T side here, and now they can find a timing and burst onto the A site. So what's going to happen now is Kerrigan and Rain are going to smoke arches, and then they're going to smoke Moto as well. So they effectively cut off the entire arch side of the map, and they just go up lane. They have Olaf here as a lurk and apps, and they take a wide and shallow angle peek, and they just clear out the site one by one. The only thing that they really did ignore was Pit, and that could have been a situation where they could have gotten caught out, but I guess it might have been a read that they like to play a little bit more arch heavy. So watch as this plays out. There's the Moto smoke, and there's the arch smoke, and now they come here and they have a perfect read on the flash, and they just push through. Now what you're going to notice is Twist decides to take this more wider angle so that he can clear all of the bomb site and not have to worry about necessarily some cubby peaks later on when they get the bomb down. So Jax and Amanek have no idea what to do at this point, and they instantly just die. And at that point, Hunter's just trying to make a play, and he gets killed by Brokey. And another quick thing to notice, although Kerrigan is sitting in arch here and he didn't have to do anything, he is a great failsafe just in case that somebody already pushed from arch side and is late, and he can just punish them instantly by pushing that arch smoke of his. So once they do that, now they have the A site, and everything is peachy keen, and they go on to take this map pretty convincingly. So Gambit is a spectacular team on Mirage. They did get punished on Ancient against Na'Vi, but they absolutely blew them out of the water on the T side of Mirage here. I'd like to highlight how confident Gambit was in this game with their Star Power and Axile and Hobbit to find entries on the different bomb sites. So essentially the way this round starts out is Inters is going to throw a mid smoke as he usually does, and then he always lurks in the palace position, and what he does is here is he throws a flash, he throws a molly as well, just to make sure that the A site is known to have at least one player here. So while all of this is happening, they're feigning a little bit of mid presence as well, throwing a couple flashes, but the main name of the game here is that they're going to burst onto the B site with Axile front running in the situation. So what they do is they just creep up while Inters is making sure to keep them honest on the A site. And Axile creeps and creeps all the way up. And what he's going to do here is he's going to throw a flash to blind the person Cat, and he's going to beeline to clear the bench position. So he throws this flash, and he immediately jumps out, just kind of half clears Cat, and it does get punished by Bit and kills Nafany, but the main name of the game here is to get that pick onto the B site, and he does clear out bench here and wins the fight on Perfecto. Perfecto has no idea what's happening, and Axile now knows that Bit is still alive on Cat, and he tries to clear that out too. He gets that double entry, and boom, the round is over. A very, very simple yet effective strat. They keep the players honest on the A site with Inters as utility, and then Axile confidently throws a flash for Cat and punishes Perfecto for being so aggressive onto the bomb site, and then refrags onto Bit as well and takes the bomb site free of charge and completely stomp Na'Vi in this game. So the last map that I want to touch on is Dust 2, and while it's a little bit more of an aim-heavy map, I think Big showcased how much team play is still very important on this map, and that with a little bit of a set strategy and a couple of good shots, you can really take over on this map, and it really shows in their high win percentage on this map. So this strat is coming off of a rifle loss, and now they're going to be on armor and pistols. Searson's actually on a Glock in this round. But essentially what they're going to do is they're going to run a very gun round-esque strat where they send Tizian as a lurk on the A site and send a long corner smoke and a flash as well. Actually, I think this is to cut off the long doors, yeah. I don't know if that's intentional or if he was trying to aim for a long corner smoke, but either way, it's good to show that they're showing presence on this side of the map. So Tizian just just smokes himself off and just chills here, make sure that nothing is happening up on cat. Keto and Tabson, meanwhile, are making sure that nothing is getting pushed from mid or a deeper cat angle, and they just wait this out. They wait for some utility. Keto throws that Xbox-esque smoke on the mid door glitch, and they just relax and they get smoked off on the cat side, so they don't actually get any cat control. They don't try to push the issue, but eventually they're gonna regroup on the upper tons. And you'll see here they regroup, and now we're gonna get a smoke for the B doors by I think it's Zantares. I could be wrong. No, not Zantares. Um, Searson, yeah. So Searson throws a B door smoke here, and after that, Keto is gonna get a very good entry onto Rez in the back of that side. I think he misses, but Keto really takes advantage of this. He is struggling in this game, but he really makes a name for himself in this round with a great deagle shot here. So they throw a nade, just a little bit of a lurky nade, so it kind of throws them off a little bit. But they're going to throw a hell of a lot of flashes, and they're going to molly off the B side of the map. And now all it comes down to is Keto knocking Rez off his perch here. So yeah, it does sound like Rez missed, but no matter, Keto took advantage of that. And now they try to overwhelm Linus on the site. Tizian jumps over the box, and Keto also takes point, and they take care of him. And next thing you know, there is literally no way, even though the gun advantage, the utility advantage is all is in Nip's favor, the man advantage isn't, and B-side is incredibly hard to retake, so they call off the round, and big win off of just this small little pocket strat. It came really down to keeping the players honest on the A site, effective utility for the cross onto B, and very good trading and entries from Keto and Tizian to break open the site and take a round for big. So that's all the maps in the map pool. I really hope you enjoyed this little bit of a more demo heavy, round heavy video. Eventually my next video is probably going to be something on the IM Cologne plane predictions. I hope you'll be able to tune in for that. Subscribe for more content, like this video if you enjoyed, comment what you enjoyed about it, what you think I could work on a little bit more, and I'll catch you guys next week for Cologne.